Oh my god, this is crazy!
Middleofnowheregaming.com. Everybody go to that website. Say we sent you.
Yeah, get that traffic
I bet they're really good at Minecraft. They're probably the antithesis of us.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 59 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Osborne, and today I am joined by Lou, the Nintendo Ninja.
Woo!
Woo!
What's up, Courtney? What's up, listeners?
Not a lot. Just getting ready to introduce Miles, the Destiny demigod.
Hi!
I didn't actually introduce you yet. I said I was about to, sir.
Hey, too bad. I
Take
took
that
the
high
initiative
back.
there.
Take
it back right now.
Take it back. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay. So, before we get going, quick plugs. If you haven't heard, which you probably have, but if you haven't heard, we started a Patreon last week. And, so if you want to support us, in our endeavors and furthering making MONG the most badass website on the interwebs, especially in France or wherever it was that we're kind of highly ranked. You can go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/middle of nowhere gaming. And second to that, we're also holding a huge giveaway called the MONG Thanks Giveaway. Lou, you want to tell them how they can enter that real quick?
Yeah, there are going to be a ton of ways you can enter the MONG Thanks giveaway. Specifically, if you like any of our social media sites, and that is liking it digitally. I'm sure you all like it in real life. But, that's, liking it on Facebook, following our Twitter, doing this, doing that.
Those are all automatic entries.
Yeah, those are all very quick ways to earn points. Of course, to earn these points, you go to our Facebook page and like us, and you can, of course, see the giveaway tab. Anyway, beyond that, beyond that, there's other ways you can enter into the giveaway. For one, donating $2 to the Patreon stuff, which is highly recommended because of all the awesome perks you get. That will give you a whopping, 10 points?
Yep.
10 points, to Gryffindor. Besides that, you can also get, points by making a, description, like a small paragraph summary of a MONG video game. You decide what the MONG video game is going to be, what it looks like, what we as the characters do, what kind of genre it is, etc. And if you do that, you can get further points by making the box art for that giveaway. It doesn't have to be anything beautiful or special, but of course, if it is beautiful and special, we are going to show it off everywhere.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't had more people do the whole synopsis and drawing of the box art. We've only had a few people do that out of our 900 entries into this giveaway. And it seems like it's a really easy, just come up with a paragraph thing. Just, you could even freaking rip off another game, honestly, just place us in it. But yeah, so far we have had a few, and God, there was, I think, one really, really funny one. I cracked up the entire time reading it. So I look forward to seeing more of those.
Right. And by the way, on Patreon, we did the Patreon plug. Thank you so much to everyone who's contributed so far.
Yes.
We
Absolutely.
have a whopping $200+ for the first month.
Yep.
Hey.
How much exactly?
246, I think. Let me look.
Last we checked.
I'm pulling it up right now. 246. Yep. But I do want to bring up that 246 is a little misleading. We had somebody, pledge $200 so that Lou would have to chug the bottle of ketchup, which is one of the perks if somebody pledges that much. And they already told us that after this month, after they watched Lou do that, they're going to pull their 200 pledge and make it a smaller one. And so after this month, you could expect that to go down. So we're not actually going to be making 246 every month unless we get a lot more patrons. So
out of curiosity, sorry to interrupt, is that a thing that's going to be up there every month?
That is not completely a thing. It's going to be up there in some fashion or another. We're going to put some big pledges. The top pledge is always going to be something funny, kind of like Lou has to chug a whole bottle of ketchup. You know, it's going to be some sort of a jackassian thing up there. But
next time I hear it's going to be Courtney, though.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
But anyway, if you're wondering where these rewards, these patron rewards are and when these QTEs and all of these various tiered rewards are coming, they're going to be coming at the end of November once that whole cycle is through. So coming December, that's when you're going to start seeing all these rewards that you've already contributed to. And once again, thank you so much. And if you haven't contributed yet, then please feel free to check it out. It's really awesome. And there's going to be an advertisement in between here, where we just plug it one more time.
Yeah, a little
Give
bit
us
later.
your money.
Okay, so moving on. Things worth mentioning, that are happening right now or this week. First I wanted to tell you guys that, Kansas is currently, transitioning into winter. And, when I say that, I mean, like, it was like the most sudden transition I've ever experienced in my life. For the past month, it's been crazy, like, nice. It's always been between, like, 55 and 80 every single day, which is just, like, out of the ordinary for October. And then yesterday afternoon at it was just about 5 o'clock, I was sitting up here playing Tales of Hearts R, and I had my balcony door open because I just, instead of running my air conditioner, just keep the door open and it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden the wind just like started roaring and the temperature dropped like 30 degrees within an hour. And, the wind roared all night long and it even knocked out our power. It was fucking crazy. And so today, the high is 38 degrees. And for the first time this, like, semester, this half the year or whatever, I had to wear jeans, a hoodie, and a coat because I was fucking freezing walking to class. It sucks. I'm not ready for this.
Apparently you're not in Kansas anymore.
Oh, but I am, because Kansas is normally
Drop
like this
the
in the
mic.
winter. Anyways.
Also on what's worth mentioning, I've been playing Rise.
You've been playing Rise, the free game you got.
Yeah, I didn't know that I was getting a free game, and I'm very happy that I got a free game, especially because Rise was something that I've been meaning to play, and I was eventually gonna go buy. I really love it. It didn't score well, critically. I'm not sure if I'm gonna review it, but just as a person who loves Roman stories and even the generic ones, because if we're being honest, it is generic. I don't know. I just think that, from what I've heard, it's been very, misrepresented to be worse than it is.
Well, see, the thing I think about when I think about Rise is the fact that, a lot like Knack last year when they both launched,
High expectations.
critically was panned. But the user base, like just normal people, loved both of those games. Like, Knack was praised highly on all the Facebook pages I'm a part of, all the gaming pages I'm a part of, and the same thing happened to Rise. Everyone recommends Rise, but if you go to all the major websites, they were low scores. So it's just like, you know, who do you believe? Do you believe the people or the big heads at IGN and Game Informer and all the other websites? Like,
we are those big heads, though.
But it may have been panned just because, you know, it wasn't, like you said, high expectations. It wasn't like so far advanced next gen that everyone was like, oh my god, we're in next gen. You know,
I really do understand the criticism, behind it. If and when you play it, you gotta go into it realizing that, it's really difficult to lose.
That's expectations.
Yeah. You know, the combat isn't anything spectacular, but as far as just sitting down and watching a 6-hour Greek, Roman movie, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, guys, fight the power. Play Rise.
Play Rise. There we go. And next, before we move on, is I don't know how frequently you guys visit our website.
Never. I never look at it.
There are people who can subscribe to our YouTube and our podcasts and stuff and never have to actually go to the website. But we have a story up that details all of the Black Friday deals for video games. Not TVs, not home appliances, none of that stuff, just strictly video games. And it's being updated on the regular. Every time we see a new ad, every time we see a new deal, we're updating it. We have it for all the major retailers. And you can find on there like the start date and end date, start time, end time, every game, what it's discounted at. Some of the games though, or some of the list parts aren't completely there. Like, for instance, I believe his Walmart has, 60 or 70 games listed at, $15. And it's like, we're not going to list all 50 or 60 games. We're going to list 10 of them and then we're going to say many more. So like, if you really want games, you can find them on the website or you can find them in the store when you go there, but we're listing the major ones that we saw. But yeah, so we have a very, very extensive, detailed list there.
More extensive than IGN's wiki of Black Friday deals?
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
Shots fired.
I was just checking out IGN's, Black Friday deals list or whatever, and ours is more extensive than that as of right now. Who knows?
Take that, Brian Altano.
Who knows whenever they're gonna update it or anything like that, or how extensive they're gonna go, but in regards to just strictly video games, ours is far more extensive than anything I've found. I spent like all day Sunday working on it, all afternoon Sunday. It was ridiculous. I just researched everything, went everywhere I could finding it, finding all these deals. And there are some damn good ones. Like Best Buy gonna have, The Evil Within, Shadow of Mordor, and games like that for $25, and a bunch of places selling an Xbox One Assassin's Creed bundle for $329. And
wow.
Some of them, not only are you getting that, but you'll also get a $50 gift card to that store with that price. Some of them with the PlayStation 4, with, The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto, and there are so many really, really good deals. So if you guys are interested in Black Friday or Cyber Monday or any of the deals, cause some of them are going on now, go check out the list and you can probably find something really good.
Lord of me. Those deals.
Those deals, though. Okay.
Also, little PSA. This might sound funny coming from me, but hey, people who go out on Black Friday, don't get trampled and don't trample anybody else.
Don't bring a knife.
Great.
Why does
Yeah,
that
don't
sound
don't
funny
attack
to you?
either.
Are you like
seems
known
like
for loving to just trample people?
no, it just seems like everything I say is a joke, and that's not a joke. I don't want to hear about people getting trampled and killed over Black Friday.
Watch your
sales.
children. Don't take your children.
Yeah, actually, yeah, leave your children like with your grandparents.
Oh, speaking of these deals, though, I already took advantage of one of them this morning. Target's currently doing their buy two, get one free, any game, any system, and I went and I got Assassin's Creed Rogue, Unity, and Halo the Master Chief Collection for a total of $130. That was
Nice.
fucking awesome. I was like, oh my god.
and let me ask, did you have to trample anyone?
Nope, there was nobody there.
Oh my god!
And you can also use the website for it. Although many of the games are sold out on the website already because it started on Sunday. But yeah, and I'm thinking about using it for some 3DS games like Zelda, Link to the Past. Isn't that the good one? Or is it a Link Between Worlds?
Link Between Worlds.
Between...
Aren't all Zelda games good?
Yeah, they're all good.
But there was
Ocarina
one
of Time
really
3D.
good. No, I'm not interested in that one. I'm interested in the... Okay. Anyways. And
I mean,
then,
you're getting 3, so just get all of the Zelda.
well, Fire Emblem Awakening and Bravely Default or whatever. Those
Yeah,
are
you
the ones
can't
I
do a
want.
new
Also
game
really
plus-
good 3 games. Okay. I'll accept it.
Yeah. But anyways. So moving on, we have one iTunes shout out. Miles,
We
you
have a
cover this?
couple, but we're gonna...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we have
picked our
several
favorite.
new ones, but here's one for this week.
So this one comes from Evan Kyle, who gave us a 5 out of 5. Thank you, Evan. He said, the hard work and dedication from the team at MONG shows in the extremely high quality podcasts that they do every week and everything else on the website. I'm tearing up. But anyway, keep up the good work, MONG. And,
MONG to you,
if
good
you,
sir.
yes, MONG to you. And if you want to leave us a review, you can find us on our iTunes page by searching the iTunes store for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Leave us reviews. We love them.
Now to pick apart his comment or his review, I don't know if I would call ours extremely high quality. I mean, we do our best. We put it
Hey.
together.
Hey, take the compliment.
we put it together. We slap it together and put it out there.
But thank you, Evan.
Yes.
Moving on, this is actually going to be a probably one-time thing, but I want to give a small YouTube shout-out. This is to Kelswag, who said, game night, according to last week, podcast, said, game night sounds fun. I'm tempted. Keep up the good work, dudes. I'm a new fan, by the way, so sorry if I don't get all the inside jokes and references. He also said the mom jokes were very funny. Miles.
Oh. Yeah.
What?
Miles probably didn't listen to it.
You have to go just listen to the first 5 minutes and you can get back to us on that. But anyway, Kelswag, we want to give you a warm welcome to the Mong family. If you or anyone else wants to reach out to us, you could always do it by leaving a comment on YouTube. We actively look at this and comment back. And we may read it on the show for all you know, but this is one that I just want to highlight.
I want to give him special props for using the Disgaea spelling of dudes.
Nice, yeah. Okay.
Prennies.
So that wraps up the beginning, and let's move on to the news from nowhere. All the big news this past week. You guys ready? Yeah?
I'm ready.
No? Miles
Nope.
isn't ready. We have to take a break. You ready yet?
Alright, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, number 1 on the list. Assassin's Creed Unity appears to be severely bothered by frame rate issues across the board. Yeah, it launched this morning, and people who have been playing it so far have been reporting that there are crazy low frame rates and other problems, texture pop-ins, typical Assassin's Creed bugs. I've heard a lot about normal bugs like NPCs stuck in a loop so that you can't continue quests and stuff like that. And that happens with just about every Assassin's Creed game, and there are solutions to get around it. But it's just, apparently it's sounding like Unity is plagued with these bugs on every platform. And typically a lot of them are saying it's running under, 30 frames per second, at like constantly under 30 frames per second, making it almost unplayable. So that's, really, really unfortunate news.
Yeah, hopefully they'll jump on that soon.
I imagine they will within the next 2 weeks. You remember, I don't know if you guys remember last year, but last year Ubisoft also, they patched the PS4 version to make it 1080p. Like, I don't know, maybe not even a week after release, something like that. It wasn't very long after release. But it was supposed to fix texture issues and update it to 1080p and all that. And Ubisoft, I think, is normally pretty good about updating stuff like this and fixing problems. So, I mean, as of right now, no solution, but, yeah, let's hope that they get on it.
I think frame rate might be more difficult to fix.
Yeah, I mean, I know nothing about it, honestly. I don't know how all that stuff works, and I know that some people make stuff where you lock in the frame rate, like it was The Last of Us Remastered where they gave the 30 frame rate lock option.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe they could do something like that, but I have
Right,
no
but
idea.
that was moving the frame rate down, I believe.
Yeah, from 60.
Right. I think it's a lot more difficult. They'd have to find a way to optimize everything to move it up.
Yeah.
In a way that I'm not sure if they could do it through a standard update. But maybe they can.
I imagine they can.
Yeah. I'm sure if they're hard at work, they can, but I don't think it's a 1 week fix.
Ubisoft is big enough where you'd think that they could and do it relatively quickly. Now will it really help the game in the long run? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. It just sucks. It sucks to see a big game like this released and it be so buggy. And we don't have it on the list, but it's worth mentioning that that's not the only big name game that came out today to also be buggy. Apparently Halo Master Chief Collection is like absolutely, like its online matchmaking is just horrible, like broken right now, and people can't get matches, people keep getting errors and stuff like that, and it's kind of the same thing as Unity, it's unplayable, well, the multiplayer portion of it, which is what a lot of people bought it for.
Yeah.
And so it really, really sucks to see two big games released like this. You'd imagine both of them are going to be patched soon enough and it'll be fine. Those people who buy these games a month or 2 months down the road are going to not know the difference. They're never going to know this happened. They're never going to see any bugs like this. But right now it sucks for all the people who are wanting to play it.
Right.
So we just had a issue with the recording, so it stopped there for just a few minutes. So we're just going to pick up with the next news story, which is earlier this week or last week. I actually don't even remember when this was now. I think, it was last week. Last week, Square Enix and Disney released a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, which showed off the brand new Collector's Edition. Which
Start salivating right now.
Oh, I already am. I actually don't even think this is a new Collector's Edition. I think it was announced that it's what's new about this is the fact that it's coming to the US, I think. But either way, the Collector's Edition will be extremely limited in supply, and it will cost $99.99. And it will come with a 9.4-inch Shadow Heartless plush toy, which, oh my god, I want so bad. A collector's box, which I couldn't care less for. A 30-page hardcover art book with a dust jacket, which sounds cool, but I probably wouldn't really care about. And then it'll come with both Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix and Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, which includes all of the games, obviously.
That makes me so mad, but keep going.
And a collector's steelbook and a Disney collectible pin. So,
Oh, the remixes.
if you guys had the money, would you pay $99.99 for this?
No, because I don't care about Kingdom Hearts like that.
If I had the money, I absolutely would. And then I would sell Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix because I already have it, because they had a really awesome limited edition version for that, which I got.
Me too.
I think I would be a lot happier about buying this if they didn't include 1.5 Remix and it was like $30 cheaper. Or $25 cheaper. How much is that now, you think?
What?
HD Remix 1.5?
1.5 Remix, how much does it sell for?
Yeah.
You could probably buy it for like $15 right now.
Oh, that's fair.
And 2.5 Remix will be $40 new when it comes out. And so this is basically
is 2.5.
Yeah, you're basically buying the Heartless plush toy, the collector's box, the art book, and the steelbook and Disney pin. Like that's where the rest of like $60 comes from. But
Is it worth it?
I mean, for big fans of the series, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I already know a few people who've already pre-ordered this.
I'm just gonna buy the plush online.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like that'd be
That's
cool.
really all I want. And hopefully someone will give me the Disney pin for like $5 because I love Disney pins.
I'm
and
really
your
excited for
Weird Disney
2.5.
pin obsession.
It's a very big thing in Florida.
It's a very
Do
big
you
thing.
live in Florida?
No.
No, but I've been to Disney World 14 times.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I know it sucks.
Why?
Because I love Disney World. My parents went to Disney World last week and I almost flew down
You're
because
insane.
I love Disney World.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on! An application to trademark the title Fallout Shadow of Boston was spotted by a NeoGAF user earlier this week.
No,
However,
last week. It was
last yeah,
Sorry.
whatever. However, Bethesda has since stated that the German trademark filing that's making the rounds is a hoax. That didn't come from our offices, causing sadness on every facet of the internet.
Now, I heard that this was the same dude that, like, the hoax thing from, last year, 2 years ago? I heard it was that same guy.
I didn't hear that, but I mean, he has apparently a lot of money, so.
Apparently, he's just like, eventually they'll make the thing I trademark.
Oh, and I will,
the guy that made the website, that's what I was thinking.
and I will
Yeah.
continually make references to Boston. It has to be there. Like, it's gonna end up being somewhere completely different.
Just to spite him, they put it in China.
Wow, I don't know if that would sell well.
I didn't think that it was going to be true, but in my heart, I just wanted it to be true.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it wasn't gonna be true. It's
That's
gonna be
another
Fallout
secret.
4. It's not gonna have a subtitle, I don't believe.
No, I think there's a good chance it'll have a subtitle.
Why? Because New Vegas did?
Not because of
That
that,
was
because a lot of games we're not having Uncharted for.
Well, yeah, but they're also not the same company. It's Bethesda.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just a smart thing where companies are moving to the next generation and they're trying to get rid of the numbers because people think, oh, I'm not sure if I should pick that up because...
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But I still think I think if it's going to be a Fallout game, I think they're going to stick with numbering. Just like I don't think there's ever going to be another Elder Scrolls game that doesn't have a number either. Like it's always going to have a number, and it may or may not have a subtitle tacked onto the end, but it's going to have a number. I think Fallout 4 is what everyone expects.
I could see that being the case for Elder Scrolls because no one calls it the Elder Scrolls 5, they call it Skyrim.
Yeah.
So
but
they
continue keeping the name as part of it though.
Right.
And everybody knows Fallout and they call it Fallout rather than the Elder Scrolls series. Like they don't call it Elder Scrolls like you were saying. I don't know. I just see those series are different in the way they go about it. Fallout is Fallout and it always will be. Elder Scrolls is Oblivion or Skyrim or whatever the next one's going to be.
Daggerfall.
Yeah, could be.
But
anyways.
Moving on. That was a quick news story. This one is really long. There was a Nintendo Direct, so as always, there is a news explosion relating all Nintendo things. Just some highlights from it. Xenoblade Chronicles X is still planned for a 2015 release, according to Satoru Iwata. However, nothing was mentioned about a Western release, weirdly enough. It was announced that a remake of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask will be making its way to 3DS spring 2015.
Yeah.
Awesome
really
news.
big yay. I've never played that. That is the only Zelda game I've never played.
That's the one I want to play, like, cause I missed out on it growing up, so.
I want to play, but I know I'm never going to.
New details emerged in regards to Intelligent Systems' upcoming 3DS strategy game, codenamed Steam, or S.T.E.A.M. Not sure. Perhaps the most interesting announcement was that the characters in it are going to be historical and literature based. It's going to be the crew will be under the command of Abraham Lincoln. Your squad consists of 4 well-known literary characters. You have Henry Fleming from The Red Badge of Courage, the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz, Tiger Lily from Peter Pan, and Tom Sawyer.
Spoilers. Gaben is in there too.
What?
Gaben, the dude who makes Steam.
That is not true.
No, it is.
I am so lost now. I don't even.
This is
It's
gonna
called Codename Steam.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Good. It is a joke. Oh,
That
thank
was
God.
a funny joke. Back to earlier when Miles said everything he says is a joke. Makes sense now. I get it.
Okay. Duck Hunt, the Nintendo Entertainment System classic, is coming to Wii U Virtual Console at an ungiven date. Nintendo has announced the release date for Mario Kart 8's first DLC, November 18th. Gamers will be able to step behind the wheels Link, Cat Peach, and Tanuki Mario. In addition to the new racers, 8 new tracks will debut in the game. These new tracks cover a wide range of Nintendo classics from The Legend of Zelda to Excite Bike. The DLC will also bring new karts to race in alongside new characters and tracks. Alongside, they were announcing a bunch of amiibo support for Mario Kart 8, where if you have the amiibos, some certain amiibos, you'll get Mii outfits. Interesting.
Because everybody wants to play dress up with their Miis.
Well, it's better than the lack of complete customization that they have now, besides shirt colors, of course. Moving on, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, which was announced at Nintendo's E3 digital event, is planning for a February 2015 release. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is the direct successor of Kirby Canvas Curse on the Nintendo DS, and like its predecessor, it's controlled solely through the touchscreen on the gamepad instead of through standard controls.
Can Kirby ever not get cursed?
No, always cursed, forever and ever.
Just like Mario having to always save Peach, Kirby will never not be cursed.
If you think about the lives of the Nintendo characters, they live really bad lives.
Bowser seems to have it pretty sweetly.
He gets his, shell kicked in by
Yeah,
a
but then he
plumber
goes
every
go-karting.
time.
But then
He still gets invited to the parties.
that's
It's
true.
Mario parties.
The parties.
Then he
Okay.
gets, death stared by Luigi. Yeah, continue.
Moving on, Nintendo's president Satoru Iwata outlined new details about Splatoon's single-player campaign, specifically that it's going to be Squids v. Octopi.
Ooh.
So be super excited about that, Dustin. And then last but not least, Yoshi's Woolly World, it actually is leased. Seems very uninteresting to me, but it's coming out February 2015, and we'll see more details about that soon.
Yeah.
If you want a more fleshed out version of any of this, because we can't go into it, it'd be a whole entire podcast.
Yeah.
Feel free to go check out the Nintendo Direct yourself, which is either on Nintendo's YouTube or on Middle of Nowhere Gaming, or you could check out all these individual stories, which we have on Middle of Nowhere Gaming.
Yep. So what's your favorite part?
Absolutely, 100% had to be The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and how they opened that Direct. I don't know, did you actually watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, the opening was awesome. And I love how Satoru Iwata just stood there doing his opening speech thing as the moon descended from behind him, giving him the stare.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
That moon is like the thing of nightmares.
He admitted that. He said, you might remember this from the nightmares that you had.
Oh god. Yeah, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I don't know. I'm still huge fan of JRPGs, obviously, and so like the Xenoblade one was what really got me. I was glad to hear, because we hadn't heard anything lately. Glad to hear that it's still on course for next year, and it just looks awesome. Looks gorgeous. Can't wait to be able to play a JRPG on my Wii U. Like that's what the Wii U needs for me, to really respect it. Obviously I'm gonna love, Super Smash Bros. and I love Mario Kart and stuff like that, but I need my favorite genre of games on it for it to be an awesome console.
Okay, how about you, Miles? Anything there strike your interest?
He's like, what's Nintendo?
That's actually a pretty proper reply. I mean, I don't have any Nintendo consoles, so none of that. I mean, it's cool, I guess. There you go. All of it's cool.
All right.
All of it's cool.
I'm happy Kirby's finally getting help for his eating disorder. There you go.
Solid criticism from Miles. All of it's cool.
Moving on. Grand Theft Auto 5 is officially getting a PlayStation 4 bundle. All the Black Friday ads, there's several of them, or a few of them, not several. There are a few of them that have a bundle listed for $399.99 that will include a black PlayStation 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, and The Last of Us Remastered. So that's just like buying a brand new PS4, but getting 2 free games from it. And not only does it 2 free games, but 2 of the best games of last generation upgraded. So, like, that's pretty awesome.
That is kind of interesting. Go ahead.
When I say last generation, like, that's not meaning, 2006. That's literally last year. Both those games were last year. So it's like, not like...
And the top games of last year, the ones that were running for Game of the Year.
Yep. So you get both of last year's awesome games and way better graphics and more stuff added to each of them for free when you buy a PS4 this bundle.
So this is like the PlayStation 4 Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I thought it was interesting that they took like one of the least serious possible games, Grand Theft Auto, and put it with the most serious game. So they want you either crying or laughing while you're playing.
You think Grand Theft Auto is not serious?
Okay, I guess it's unfair for me to say. The storyline, I guess, was kind of serious, but from the stuff that I've watched...
I think if you follow up on Trevor and Trevor's storyline, it's not serious.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just comparing it to Saints Row. When I think of open world, gang-related type games and all the stuff that goes in, I would say Saints Row is not serious and Grand Theft Auto is extremely serious. In comparison. But I guess if you're comparing it to The Last of Us, I see your point.
But I mean, even if we were comparing Sunset Overdrive to Saints Row, I would say Saints Row is more serious than Sunset Overdrive.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Sunset Overdrive is the least serious game out of like anything I've ever played. Oh god, but it's so good. Moving on.
All right. Have you ever wanted to shave with your assassin blade?
No.
Well,
Yes.
Ubisoft and Edge Shave Gel are giving you that chance. They're teaming up to bring you more free DLC if you purchase shaving cream. It's not really free though.
Yeah, it's not technically.
If you buy Edge Shaving Cream, you'll receive a download code for an in-game sword, hood, and armor. And it'll be specifically marked cans, so I guess like if you're one of the many 12-year-olds who are going to buy this just because you'll get DLC, make sure you get the right one, otherwise you're going to be saving that for another like 5 years.
I would like to point out that I did in fact follow up on this story and check this out in the store. And there are 3 different kinds of the shave gel, and each different kind has a different piece. So like one of them has the sword, one of them has the hood, and one of them has the armor.
My question.
So dirty.
They're all, I believe, $3.99 or $4.99 a piece. And so if you wanted all of them, you'd have to spend like $10 to $15 to get all 3.
My question is, when you go and look at these cans,
It shows them.
Yeah, it's a
it
picture
shows
of
the code?
Yeah, no.
No.
No, it shows, it says you go to the website and you go to the, it has a specific URL. You go to that URL and I'm assuming it's going to ask for the, I don't know, whatever the barcode or something like that, some specific code that's just a part of the store you bought it from or something. And I'm assuming that's how they're going to divvy it out. But it's something along those lines, but it doesn't have the official code. Like, until you actually go to the website and follow its instructions, you won't know what you need from the cans. But I guess technically you could go to the website, find out, and then go to the store and probably write something down.
I'm gonna follow up on this. I'm gonna see how this works because I am notorious for going to GameStop and grabbing registration codes for games for Nintendo. So Nintendo has thought I've bought every game in the past century.
Oh my god.
Don't say that on podcast.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing, man?
No, that is not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
It probably
Reggie,
is.
Phils, and me is just going to come to your house and punch you in the face.
Probably. If they
With his
didn't,
giant
they take
hands.
out, the interesting thing is they take out the actual guides, but they leave that in for some reason.
Yeah.
Or even in the new ones, they print it inside of the cover for the game. So
Yeah. I think it was Fantasy Life. The code that I go to Nintendo.com to claim that I own it now or whatever was on the inside of the cover. And that was the first time I'd ever seen that. And I was like, oh wow. This is really cool.
People like Lou.
Yep.
I have a couple of pictures on my phone. I'm
Wow.
moving them.
That's
I
awesome.
forgot
Never
they were
mind.
there.
So anyways, and this morning when I went to buy the buy 2 get 1 free at Target, there was actually 2 people who were wandering around the game section, and they were both looking at, Target had moved the shave gel over right next to the Assassin's Creed Unity stack. And so it was like, hey, if you buy this, you could also get DLC if you buy shaving cream.
That is seriously dirty, though.
It was good marketing though, putting it over there.
Putting one piece on each can and they're like
yeah.
$3.99.
Yeah, I hate
That's
that.
so trashy.
Cause I was gonna get one. I thought it was buy 1 and get all 3. And that's why I went to the section to find out. And as soon as I found out that you only got 1 piece, I was like, nope, not worth it. I'm not paying for this. I'm not even gonna use it because I use an electric electric razor thing. So I wouldn't even need it.
Oh, see, I actively need more shaving cream, so that's on my to-do list.
I can't use shaving cream.
Splurge and get an electric razor.
What do you mean you can't use shaving cream?
I have eczema. It exacerbates
Oh, so do I.
that. Ow, Michael. Yeah. Anyway, moving on away
Moving
from my
on.
personal problems.
Moving on up.
Moving on. This one's probably me, if I
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I'm off the page. I was looking at
Hey.
Club
Speaking
Nintendo.
of Reggie.
Speaking of Reggie and how he is angered by trivial things, Nintendo of America's president Reggie Fils-Aimé feels that the Wii U has an edge over Xbox One and PlayStation 4 exclusives. In an interview with /code, Fils-Aimé was asked about third-party support for the Wii U compared to that of its competitors. When asked if he thought it was a problem that the Wii U was getting passed over for larger multi-platform games like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Fils-Aimé expressed a desire to have more titles. Third parties are bringing multi-platform content to our platform. Watch Dogs from Ubisoft, as an example, kind of. I'm putting that in. I would love to have Call of Duty on our platform again, in quotation marks from me. I would also love to have any of the big blockbuster multi-platform titles. He then followed up by saying, but interestingly, when you look at the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, either by themselves or together, they don't have a lot of exclusive content. They have a lot of shared content. Look at it from the standpoint of what don't they have? They don't have our games. They don't have Mario and Zelda. I'd much rather be where Nintendo is with a differentiated platform differentiated setup experiences that we can provide uniquely to the consumer.
To the few consumers is what it should say.
See, and I'm kind of being critical on Reggie. I do respect that he is out there being the Nintendo guy who throws punches.
Yep, the spokesperson. He's the figurehead.
Have you seen that dude? He is fitting for that position.
Well, I think his opening speech was along the lines of, I'm here to announce games, and chew bubblegum and roll out of bubblegum.
Yep.
So he is as badass comes at Nintendo, and I think a lot of people at Nintendo are very okay with just saying, we're the fun family console and don't worry about the other guys, where Reggie is just out there going, do you know what? Fuck those other guys. We're where everyone has to be.
See, what's kind of cool about him doing stuff like this is not necessarily that it's 100% true or anything like that, because that's all very opinionated, what he was saying. He didn't state really any facts there. It's more of, it constantly puts his name and Nintendo's in the news. It constantly makes people like us talk about them, which just continually brings it up, makes it fresh for everybody, and potentially sells more, potentially makes people consider it. Like I said, whether or not it's actually true, that's not the case exactly. It's more of, we just keep talking about them. Keep talking about Nintendo. They're constantly in the news, and topic of conversation or whatever. But, cause I don't know. I would argue that, as good as some Nintendo, and I say some Nintendo exclusives are, it by no means puts them ahead of Xbox or PlayStation. And in my opinion, it puts them behind because of the multi-platform differences. This is where it's a very opinionated thing that, I don't know how they would rather be in their position when they're not making the money that Xbox and PlayStation is. Yeah, they have shared content. Yeah, they have third-party support, but they are making so much more money than Nintendo with that. Not the case on handhelds though.
Yeah, and also not the case, entire business-wise, and except the case of, Microsoft, but PlayStation is
Nintendo doesn't have everything else.
Yeah, and that's fine, but PlayStation is the only thing holding Sony up at this point. Which is great for PlayStation. Hopefully it gets spun off from the rest of the company. But I think that, as far as everything's going, Nintendo's still solvent. It's still a very big part of the market.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's poised to do something really deadly, possibly with the amiibos this holiday season. We'll see how much kids and mothers attach to it.
It's also poised to lose out on a shitload of money.
Yeah, that is also.
Whenever Amiibos launch and whenever Quality of Life launches, because I literally know nobody who's excited for Quality of Life products. And it's Nintendo's Quality of Life program. You do not know about that?
They're testing the waters with things at the, latest shareholder, for everyone who doesn't know, the, latest shareholder meeting. They announced the Quality of Life product where they're going to be monitoring sleep patterns, for instance.
Telling you if you're unhealthy.
Well, that's what Wii Fit does already.
Yeah. It's
the Wii Fit train just looks at you disappointingly.
Yeah.
But Wii Fit sold gangbusters.
Yeah, but that's because it's, that's a program like P90X where people buy it because they want to get fit and they want to work out and they want to do these things, when Nintendo's going to release a product that instead is just going to observe you sleeping and telling you if you're eating too much, if you're not sleeping enough, if you're not exercising enough.
Right.
That sounds like really annoying, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
Your overbearing aunt who just sits there all day and just watches you but doesn't actually offer suggestions.
I don't want to wake up and tell me, you're a fat ass, you need to work out more. I just I don't want that every morning.
Right. Well, I think we still need to wait and see what's coming down the pipeline. They've done the proof of not really even a proof of concept. They just given a small pitch to what they think it might be.
Yeah, and we don't even know if it'll launch. This could be one of those things that it gets kind of far into development and then just drops. So cause since nothing's been released yet, technically.
Right.
I'm still confused as to how they can't make a console that's like a happy medium between getting all the other games that all the other consoles do and still being their little whimsical fun thing.
I don't know. Nintendo's just a different company. And that's fine. That's totally fine.
And they've always been this company too. That's the thing that people don't
Not necessarily.
They've always sold.
Disagree.
They've always sold really cheaply made consoles.
Okay.
That sounds so bad.
No, it's not an insult to them. It's been a terrific business move.
Yeah.
But like Game Boy, for instance, was going up against was at that time the original Game Boy with the green screen, no backlight, really, really bad pixel stuff. That was going up against things that were already the quality of Game Boy Advance.
And 64 was going against the PlayStation and stuff like that.
Right.
I was arguing along the lines when you said that they've always been this company or whatever. I was arguing about third-party support because Nintendo and Super Nintendo and 64, like those games had shitload of third-party support, and it got to where we got to GameCube and Wii where it slowly started dwindling. And now we're to the point to where major third-party games just aren't released. They're just not.
I think
even
in GameCube it wasn't even really that present anymore.
Yeah, that's why I said it started to dwindle. It just started to dwindle once the GameCube was released, and it's been downhill since there. Like the Wii saw a spike, but only saw a spike because of fucking 150 million
shovelware,
consoles. Yeah, like an enormous amount of consoles sold because
this is such a bad podcast to do what I was going to do. I've been talking to the Nintendo rep, and I want to send her the example of our podcast. I don't think I could do it with this one. With this episode. We're just sitting here ragging on Nintendo.
Hey, I love Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Fils-Aimé.
I always call him Fils-Aimé for some reason. And all they need to do is bring back Gotcha Force, and there you go. That will sell me a console. Or Pokemon on the console.
Or Pokemon on Wii U.
Yeah.
Dude,
Either
okay,
that or Gotcha Force.
So,
one or the other.
Everyone knows that you're broke, right, Miles?
Yes.
Now, if they suddenly came out and said, Pokemon, full 3D Wii U game, everything like that, coming out in a month or whatever, would you make a push to get the money to get the Wii U and to get that game?
I would probably just be able to get it around Christmas sometime, yeah.
It
wouldn't be like a big push, but I mean, just because I'm at this season I get money, so.
But it would be your breaking point to get the Wii U?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a breaking point. It's just like, I've said it before, that would be the thing that I would be like, yeah, I'll buy that now. That seems like a good decision now.
Yep. Solely on that game. That would have been also mine before I had actually bought it.
I mean, there are other things I want to play on the Wii U. It's just there's nothing else I want to play badly enough to make me buy it.
Yeah, that's why I said breaking point. That's the point where you're finally like, okay, I'm in now. Count me in. Okie dokie. So you guys ready to move on?
Let's move on.
To more Japanese stuff. Square Enix has a general idea of when they will be releasing Final Fantasy 15. However, they're not ready to share that with us. So, they want us to know that they know.
Thank God.
Direct quote from Tabata says, "We have a general idea of what year and period of the year we're targeting for its release. We're at the stage where we're putting everything we have towards the release window. However, I believe that it might just take a little bit longer than you'd hope for." Furthermore, he stated that Square Enix is about to start producing the master build for the game, but as there aren't enough staff at the moment, they're recruiting for their Tokyo office. So we have no idea when it's coming. If he's saying that it might be a little bit longer than you'd hope for, I'm assuming he means that that's not a 2015 release date.
Hasn't it already been like 50 years?
Yeah, it's been a long ass time.
Literally
But
50 years.
they did restart the development 2 years ago, so it's not actually been as long as everyone claims to make a point or whatever. But yeah, so a lot of people have been expecting a 2015 fall release date, holiday release date, and if he's saying that it's a little bit longer, then I'm assuming it's probably going to be spring 2016 or fall 2016 now, which also, if that's the case, pushes back Kingdom Hearts 3. That means it's going to be even later, because it's coming out after Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I feel like they'd have more success with Kingdom Hearts, but
I doubt it. The fans are more rabid for Final Fantasy, and that'll sell a lot. Whether or not it's good, it doesn't really matter. It's going to sell like crazy, because people are ready. People are ready to finally move on from Lightning. But
How could you ever want to leave Lightning and her crew of very interesting characters?
I love Lightning and her crew of very interesting characters, so I'm a very, very big fan of the 13 series. But, yeah. I don't know, this whole story's kind of funny. But, besides that, Square Enix also has more news. The game being, they're publishing Just Cause 3, which is going to be developed by Avalanche Studios. And that was announced today by the existence of a Game Informer cover, which will be for December, I believe. There was no gameplay trailers released, but Game Informer promised that December they're gonna have a month full of content covering it. And it will be released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and it currently has no release date. So, this has been one of those games where everyone's kind of known about. Everyone's just been waiting for the announcement to finally come. In fact, I think even some of their recent games or older games, they even teased Just Cause 3. It may have been, was it Mirror's Edge or was it Remember Me? Or there was one game, I don't remember, and it had Just Cause 3 in a wall advertisement, like a movie poster kind of thing.
I don't know. I haven't played a Square Enix game since Final Fantasy X. That's probably not true.
I would assume it would be Remember Me, because didn't Just Cause 2 come out after Mirror's Edge?
Oh, probably. I mean, I don't remember. I just trying to come up with other games. Let's see. Just Cause 3 tease in game.
How about we move on with the stories while we do
go ahead.
Okay, so, biggest news of the week. Get hyped, get excited. Blizzard revealed their next game last week, and it's called Overwatch. So, yeah, get excited.
Dude, I'm really excited for this one.
I am too. A quote from Chris Metzen. I don't know who that is, but it's nearer than you think. For the first time in 17 years, Blizzard announced a new franchise. And Overwatch is a team-based action shooter that's set in Earth 60 years into the future. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, I've been researching.
Okay.
It was advertised as an approachable game for everyone, and the game will have a wide variety of characters ranging from mercenaries, scientists, and adventurers that will battle out in an arena. The game is playable at BlizzCon right now, but I don't think BlizzCon's still going, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay, well,
Probably
it was
over by
playable
now.
at BlizzCon. Yeah, it's probably over. The lucky few who got to play. And it had 12 available heroes at the time. And it's claimed to be a reworked version of what the Titan project was going to be, which was an MMO that was canceled in mid-2013. And Overwatch is going to be playable in 2015. There will be a beta. I did not know you could sign up for it already, but I'm going to go ahead and do that at some point. And you can go to playoverwatch.com to sign up for the beta.
All one word? Play Overwatch?
Yes. All one word. Playoverwatch.com.
So, I may be making up that Just Cause 3 thing. Cause
I think you might be thinking of Destiny, because Destiny was in a poster.
No, that's not.
Okay.
It's a numbered something. But,
Destiny 2?
but yeah, no, Overwatch. Whenever I heard people talking about, Overwatch, did Miles just drop out again?
No, I'm here.
No, it's here.
It got silent on my end. Okay, so whenever I saw people talking about Overwatch, I completely disregarded the news. I didn't care for it whatsoever, and I just I don't know, for some reason just didn't care. And I think it was later that day or the next day or something, I stumbled upon a story and I was like, okay, I'm gonna click on it. I looked at it and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch the trailer. And after the trailer was over, I was just like, oh my god.
It looks so good.
I haven't seen it yet, so now I have to.
You
How
do.
have you not seen it? You love Disney.
Oh, it looks so good. It looks like,
It's like they got Pixar to do it.
yeah, exactly. It looks exactly like Pixar. What's that superhero movie?
Big Hero 6.
No,
Oh.
with the family of superheroes.
Oh, The
Oh, The
Incredibles.
Incredibles.
The Incredibles, yeah. That's what I was
I
thinking.
honestly thought it had, I thought this was, like, when I saw the pictures for it, cause I was also like you where, when I first saw Overwatch and stuff, I didn't really, I wasn't interested, cause I was like, oh, Blizzard, who cares? It's gonna be WoW again. And I saw the pictures and I was like, oh, wait, I thought that was like a new children's movie coming out. And I watched the trailer, I was like, I'm gonna watch everything I can about this game.
Yep. Exactly.
It's so pretty.
Yeah,
We'll go watch it.
I can't find anything on the whole Just Cause 3 trailer thing in a game. So if anybody else knows what I'm talking about, even if I'm wrong or whatever, please comment somewhere and let me know so I know and so I can ease my mind.
It's gonna tear him apart inside.
Yes, it will.
From now on.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, we will move on in about 2 seconds because I'm trying to find the story that was written about this.
3, 2, 1.
Did I say 3 seconds or 2
No,
seconds?
that's what I was counting to make sure you were off. And you were.
I can't even find the story anyway. Oh wait, there it is.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, there it is. There. Okay. So, everyone who's a fan of The Witcher is going to be happy. CD Projekt Red revealed that there will be 16 free pieces of DLC for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt released in the months coming after the launch. So, right now they've already revealed I guess that's a armor set, a new beard and hairstyle set, an alternative look for Yennefer, which I guess is going to be one of his many love interests this game, and a new contract, which is missing minors, which is something that happened in the real world, like 2 years ago, I think. So anyway, yeah, it's just going to be a lot of DLC. It's going to be 16 pieces, I think it comes out 2 pieces a week, starting the day afterward.
Yep, 2 pieces.
Yeah. 2 pieces a week starting the day after the game releases. And, yeah. So that's something to look forward for. And also, it is all free. So, that's kind of the wonderful part that everyone's getting hype over.
Okay.
Oh, and it's, all kinds of DLC, like horses, armor, swords, quests, etc. So yeah.
I love CD Projekt Red. Free DLC. That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, that's a good thing.
I mean, it's nothing that substantive in my opinion, but I just love getting things for free. It's just a new reason to come on and download something.
Yeah. Thank you, PlayStation Plus. And CD Projekt Red.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you still trying to find the Just Cause thing?
No. I was looking up something on The Witcher.
Okay.
But yeah. So let's move on.
Moving on. Activision has responded to the criticisms over not including SharePlay in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They claim that the decision was made because their engineers didn't have access to test the new features before launch. They haven't ruled out support for SharePlay in the future. Further details can be found in the statement below. Delivering a great game experience for our fans is our top priority. We're focused on launching Advanced Warfare and ensuring that people have a great time playing it, which our fans seem to be, seeing how it's been getting fantastic critical reviews across the board. SharePlay is a new feature that was introduced as part of the recent PS4 firmware 2.0 update. Our engineers didn't have access to it before it launched, et cetera, et cetera. So what do you guys think of this excuse?
I mean, I guess if they really didn't have access, then it makes sense for them not to have it. But
yeah, if that's honest, yeah.
Yeah, but if they said that and they were like, but we never plan on putting it in, then that would be kind of silly. In my opinion.
Yeah, it was really striking to me when I heard that it wasn't a part of the game. I was like, wait, what? Like, this would be a perfect game for that, I guess, there would be some lag possibly, or more lag than there would be in other games because it's such a Twitch shooter. Right. But at the same time, it was just like this. I thought this was promised for every game, and then we found out that technically it's not. It's up to the developers on if they want to put it in there.
Right, and I honestly think that's a smart opinion because I don't think there should be many or every game that should have to go and perform a feature of the console. For instance, if every game had to include Kinect support, because that was a feature of Xbox One, that would suck.
That would be awful.
Well, yeah, but that's also saying that the developers have to do that part. Like, cause when I had first heard about SharePlay, and even up until this whole story happened, I thought that the SharePlay thing is solely a PlayStation Network side of things. It was all on PlayStation. Developers can make whatever game they want, but we are going to allow you to stream the game. We are going to allow you to play the game and all that stuff, which actually could be the case, and it could be that the developers simply block it if they don't want it. That could still, I don't exactly understand the whole thing. and haven't had time to even try it out yet, even though I have heard it's really awesome. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, can't blame them if they didn't have access.
Yeah. We'll see what happens going forward. Moving on to the final story.
Speaking of going forward, see what I did there? Nice segue. So, BioWare reveals the aims for the next Mass Effect game. I'm so excited. That wasn't sarcasm. Creative director Mac Walters, interesting name, has plans to make Mass Effect familiar yet fresh in its next installment. I hope that means they move beyond Mass Effect 3. In a post on BioWare blog, the lead team members of the next Mass Effect dished out some details on the game's development and their plans moving on in the series' bright future. And I quote, "We're working to bring back some of the wonder and sense of exploration that we had in the original trilogy. And while we're making a next-gen title, we want to ensure that we're stepping up our game so that this isn't just Mass Effect with shiny new features. And we do that by having deep characters and a compelling story with choices that matter." Walters also notes that Shepard's story begins after he has already been made a hero, but the game's new protagonist will not be so acclaimed right away. We've been looking at more of a hero's journey, how you become a legend, and what it takes to get there. Another quote. The blog post also mentions that several recent arrivals in the Mass Effect development team, most notably Chris Schlurf?
I have no idea.
Schlurf. Who served as senior writer for Halo 4. Schlurf had this to say about his involvement in the new project. "Every day is a revelation, and every day I get to play in a new corner of the universe. To me, it's always about what makes my characters tick and what stories I can tell through those characters that will actually engage people about their own lives. It provides a mirror to that player's experience so that they are not just sitting back in an armchair." Bleh.
Now, okay, the best part about all this, what I'm most excited about, is the whole, we're looking at how to become a legend and what it takes to get there. Like, that is the part where I'm like, oh my god. Like, the journey to becoming a legend is always so great, because once you get to that end, when you actually are the hero or whatever, you feel like such a badass. Like, games like Fable, where you start out as a nobody and become a legend at the end. Like, that's so cool. I always love those kind of stories, especially if they're told really well. It kind of scares me, though, adding Halo 4 writer to it, though, where I like Mass Effect storytelling technique better than I like Halo's. You know, Halo has an okay overall story and everything. It's good. There are some people who are really serious about it and really love it, think it's amazing. I'm not of that opinion. I'm of the opinion that stories like Mass Effect are better and their storytelling techniques were better. So it'll be interesting to see how the adaptation happens there. If he changes anything on how he does stories, or if he has, evolved as a storyteller or anything like that. But yeah, all of it's good news though, going for the next Mass Effect.
I'm still just happy it's not about the Contact War.
Yeah.
I was really scared about that.
Yeah, that would have been very, very fun. I'm just,
Also,
what? Sorry?
I was gonna say Chris Schlurf's name, Schlurf, sounds like a name from Invader Zim. I only say that because I marathoned the series recently.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, did no one else watch that?
No, that was after my time of, being a kid, I guess. I don't know. I was just now, I was a teenager at that point when Invader Zim happened.
I was just becoming a man.
And there was
the show was not for kids.
There was no way I was gonna go back and watch a cartoon at that point.
Like, don't you watch cartoons now?
Yeah, but I'm saying that when I became a teenager, whenever I got to high school and stuff, I dropped all cartoons, all stuff like that. Like, I became so sports obsessed, and I was always outside playing basketball and football and stuff that, like, it was probably the last time I'd watched a cartoon was when I was like 10. And then after that, it just slowly started going away. And then it took me until I got into college or it was a second year of college, I think, where my buddies were all having a Dragon Ball Z, marathon after some party. and I was with them at the party, and I went to their house after the party, and they all put on Dragon Ball Z or whatever, and I was like, oh, why are you guys watching Dragon Ball Z? It was like, last time I watched that was when I was like 8, making fun of them, and then sat there with them all night and watched it, and by the end of that, it had convinced me to download Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, and I marathoned it over the next 6 months, and then became obsessed with anime again. So it took me until I was like 19 to get back into cartoons and anime.
I see.
Yeah.
One of those people.
I am one of those people. And now I've probably seen more anime series combined than, thousands of nerds everywhere. But, yeah. So.
Okay.
Mass Effect.
This sounds like a good time to take a break.
Yep.
The way I move, I'm just a woman.
I just died in your arms tonight.
It's been a while since I could
cut my life into pieces.
Whoa, wrong song and band.
Hey everyone, this is Courtney Osborne, founder of Middle of Nowhere Gaming.
This is Luke Intaldi, the Nintendo Ninja.
And last but not least, I am Miles Farrington, your beloved Destiny demigod. Praise me.
It's been a little more than a year since we launched the MONG Podcast as a side project. Fast forward to now, we have 10 times the staff, milestone giveaways, and hundreds of thousands of views on the website. With that said, we don't feel we are anywhere near our potential and want to continue growing.
That's why we're starting this Patreon. MONG is growing day by day, and we want to make sure that we can provide the best content for you. This means a lot of things. Monthly game giveaways, more podcasts, a presence at all the gaming conventions, and better production value across every inch of the site.
But doing this takes resources and support from our friends that read and listen to our work. Supporting the site and pitching in a few dollars every month can nab you some awesome perks. You can participate in Patreon-only giveaways, become part of our new monthly gaming nights, join us on the podcast,
or even make me drink a whole bottle of ketchup.
Sucks for you, man. But to give you these perks, we need your help. Specifically for you to go to patreon.com/Middle of Nowhere Gaming and come support us.
If you're wondering why we're holding content hostage, we're not. We're growing the site exponentially. Our normal stories and podcasts will all still be there. However, we're bringing you more podcasts, more giveaways, more interaction, and more of everything you love. It's all still there, but patrons will get some new bonus perks and ways to be part of the MONG family.
Thanks for anything you were able to give us to help grow the site. It's been our pleasure to deliver you the best gaming news and commentary we can give.
MONG!
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 Fergalicious definitions make my...
That's Fergalicious, isn't it?
Yeah, but right now it's Perkalicious.
Why not Mongolicious?
No.
Dead
Thinking about it, no. Not gonna work out.
And we're back. So, let's continue on and go to the review wrap-up. Lou, start us off.
Starting off, we did this small preview during the last week's podcast, but I did Sunset Overdrive. I have the formal review written up. You go check it on the website.
You did it?
I did it.
You did it.
I did this review.
You did this review.
Anyway, Sunset Overdrive got a 9.6 out of 10. My final conclusion was Sunset Overdrive is undoubtedly the first AAA Rockstar game for the Xbox One. More importantly, it is arguably the best current-gen release we've seen so far. Despite the game's hilarious fourth-wall-breaking humor, Insomniac manages to trap players into hours and hours of immersive fun. While the game alone may not be enough to sell Xbox Ones, anyone without one is surely missing out.
I'm going to dispute your first sentence, and I would say that Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually technically the first AAA Rockstar game going to be on Xbox One.
Get out. Leave, sir.
I mean...
I was actually confused for a second when you said it.
Yeah,
I was like, did Rockstar put that out?
That's the first thing that came to mind when you said it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to totally have to say that one. But yeah, Sunset Overdrive, awesome game. Awesome game. Moving on. Sorry?
I said, yeah.
No, my fucking mic, just like, volume went way down. I accidentally bumped it, and I didn't know if you guys were talking. All of a sudden it went quiet. But anyways. Sorry, Miles?
I said we were talking the whole time.
Ah, yeah, of course. The next game on the review wrap-up is The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and it was reviewed by Riley, and he gave it an 8.4 out of 10. And he said, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is a fun roguelike. The gameplay is simplistic, but the variety of items keeps it fresh for a long time. The art style, while disturbing, gives it a look that is unique for the game. It provides a number of unlockable characters and endings, which also keeps it fresh. Even though it is playable on Vita and PS4, the Vita version looks the best, and the game is perfect for a portable system. Whatever the system it is played on, Binding of Isaac is great. I have not had a chance to play it yet. What?
What does roguelike mean?
It means that you can die, like lose the game.
You can die, you lose basically
and
all
start
of your
over.
abilities.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's one of those games where you have to learn on the fly, and you learn every time you die. You're like, okay, next time, not doing that. Gonna get a little bit further. That's what it means. That's the kind of game.
I guess my main wonder was like, where did that come from?
Oh God, I don't know. Like we can look that up though.
Yeah, I'm sure we could. While we look it up, how about the last review?
Go on.
I can do that. All right, our last review is brought to us from Matt Middleton. It just takes some time in the middle of the ride. Anyway, his review is for Lords of the Fallen that he gave a 7.5 out of 10. So overall, Lords of the Fallen is a fun action RPG that's sustained only by its gameplay and looks. Its uninteresting story can't carry itself throughout the whole game, and its small, cramped world unsuccessfully tries to elongate itself between its only signature moments, which are the far too frequent boss fights. While the story is normally what draws me into an RPG and keeps me there, Lords of the Fallen kept my interest with addicting gameplay that made me think, how can I kill this creature without losing so much health? Maybe with a great sword instead of my daggers? And sometimes there's all that, that's all that's needed to keep players coming back. There's no doubt that Lords of the Fallen could have been something more, something that drew me into its lore and made me a huge proponent of the game and the studio behind it. For what it is, though, it is definitely worth a look from RPG fans and fans of the Souls series. Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I'll be keeping an eye on whatever City Interactive works on next.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like Dark Souls, though. Like, boss fights, far too frequent, not very much story, but I don't know. It just seems fun. It's funny that people don't like this game as much as Dark Souls, but they're so similar. They're not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same. I guess it's too close to what they love. So it's like,
I think I edited that one. And he did compare it. He said one of the really bad aspects of it was in fact the story. Because if they had just left the story out and told the story through the atmosphere, kind of like how Dark Souls and Demon Souls does it, it would be better than just having a flat out bad story.
Yeah, so that makes more sense. Now back to the roguelike thing, it's much more obvious than I had expected. Apparently it's, comes from the 1980 game called Rogue, so it just means that it's like that game. Rogue was a character or sprite-based, it had character or sprite-based, graphics. Turn-based gameplay gives players time to plan each move. Permadeath and randomization are included. So that's definitely, that's roguelike.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep. The more you know, gaming facts brought to you by Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Okay, so next on the review wrap up is
nothing.
Is a few things right here. I have a Tales of Hearts review copy that I've been working on, and so there should be a review coming in the next few days. It'll depend on how quickly I can get through it, and I don't mean quickly in the sense that I'm going to rush it. I'm going to take my time with it. I would have loved to have had the review up at the embargo, which was Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, they gave me the review copy 32 hours before the embargo, so that's with a JRPG that are typically 50, 60, 70, even over 100 hours. That's not possible. And I tried, and there's no way. So I'm going to take my time. But
thank you so much for sending us the review copy for anyone who may be listening.
Absolutely. I'm going to take my time with it, get the most out of it, and I will have the review up as soon as I'm ready. Maybe a little bit later than I had planned, but yeah. And then further on the review wrap up is we also have the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare review coming, and hopefully that'll be up in the next 2 days as well.
I have a question.
Yep.
What do you think of Tales of Hearts R so far?
Tales of Hearts R so far. Let's see. It's clearly a Tales game. Every sense of it, you could tell that it's a Tales game. The graphics, the storytelling techniques, the item naming system, the battle system, all of that it's all Tales. Handheld, can be played on Vita and PlayStation TV. It's PlayStation TV, compatible. In fact, I like it better on PlayStation TV than I like it on Vita. Now that may not be the case for everybody. There are people who much rather play it handheld, and that's just not me. I would rather play it on my TV. If I had to compare it to the Tales series, like games in it, it feels more like Tales of the Abyss or Tales of Vesperia, because it's not as advanced as more recent Tales games like Exilia and Exilia 2. The battle system is a little bit less advanced, which it feels like Vesperia, or it feels like, Abyss, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a good battle system. It's just not as advanced and complicated as newer ones are. But so far it's been fun. I have no idea how it's going to end up, but so far it's been pretty fun. And
looks like a good horizon for Tales of Heartsar.
And and Vita JRPGs. Hopefully that brings some more over. I don't know how the sales are doing since it just came out today, but we'll find out. And the preview for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, a lot like everyone else already knows. Advanced Warfare is pretty good. It's pretty good, and especially when you compare it to Ghosts. Like, it's surprised me. Sledgehammer did a pretty good job. So, we'll see.
Can't wait for next week.
Moving on to listener questions?
Absolutely.
We're
going to start off
drive-by arguments. Sorry.
With our usual pronounced Tunde. He says Mong. Oh, actually, sorry. I said that wrong. He says Mong! And happy Remembrance. That is what we call Veterans Day here in Canada. So,
wait, they call Veterans Day Happy Remembrance?
Maybe
Probably
Remembrance Day.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's fact check that. Go on.
All right. So I've been reading up on Black Friday deals, and it looks like there's been some great sales this year for gamers. So my question is, what is the best holiday deal you've ever received? Mine is getting Assassin's Creed Revelations for $20 during Boxing Day, another Canada-only thing, during 2012, which was only 2 months after the game was released.
So Remembrance Day that's what it's called. So
it's also called Poppy Day.
Yeah. I saw that too. Okay, so the best holiday deal we've ever received. Ooh, that's...
I know one.
Go on.
I love the Target buy two, get one.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Last year, my catalog for 3DS was severely lacking, and I picked up Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, and Link Between Worlds.
You picked up both Pokemons?
Yep, both Pokemons, one for me, one for Audrey.
Okay.
And it cost me about $60.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the buy two get one free for Target last year and this year. I mean, the fact that they always do it during a big week on releases. Last year I did the same thing, and I think I got Call of Duty Ghost, I got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on PS4 and Killzone or something, and then I also did another one where I got like Knack and two more big releases for it, because it was PS4 release week is when it happened, I think. And so I got a bunch of those games. It was awesome. But and this year, of course, I already mentioned Rogue, Unity, and Halo. So that's probably mine.
Lucky you.
Do you have an answer?
I've only really bought one thing during like a holiday sale in terms of games that I remember. So I mean, that could be something else. But I remember it because it was Capcom Fighting Evolution for PlayStation 2. And I got it, and I was so happy, even though I had like 4 days left before I could actually play it, because my PlayStation was at home and we were in Florida. And I finally got home. I bought it for like $30. That was like half of the money I had for the vacation. And then I got home, put it in, played like 2 or 3 matches, and then traded in the next day for like $5 to $10. I was a very disappointed young man.
Oh, okay. So moving on, we have 2 questions from Dennis, and I believe they were the questions from last week that we didn't get to. So his first question is, how does the graphical design of a game matter to you? How much does it? Sorry.
Now, when we're talking graphical design, are we talking graphics as in how the game is doing resolution-wise? Or are we talking art style?
More like,
I think art style.
I think he means more like art style, yeah.
Yeah, the way that's worded sounds more like art style.
Okay, well, for art style, that is actually a really big motivating factor. I will buy games specifically based off the art style.
Yeah.
I want to think of something particular. Okami, for instance. I love the art style for that.
Yeah, okay, see, I'm sort of in agreement with you. It's that I will buy a game for the art style, but I won't not buy a game for it. Like, there's not an art style out there that I'm just like, nope, not buying this game. There's nothing like that for me. But there are games whose art style is so unique that will make me buy it. You know, like that. Like Journey, that kind of thing. Like, that's a game that I will buy because of the art style, but it's not a game that I'm not going to buy just because I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, art style is one of the big things that catches my eye with games. So, like, that's what initially got me to look into Overwatch, and now I'm very excited for it, so.
Cool. Next question he asks is, would you like more games to implement RPG elements? For example, level progression.
I want them to implement it when it makes sense, otherwise no.
Same thing as you, kind of like, I'm of the opinion that the RPG elements like that can make a game better. It doesn't always make a game better. Mm-hmm. But, sometimes it's fun to just have it in there, even if it's, doesn't matter or doesn't make a difference in the end. I like to see my character leveling up and stuff. Like, for instance, Kingdom Hearts doesn't technically have a leveling, system in it. However, I think it would be kind of cool to add that in there. But then again, not every game is like Kingdom Hearts, and not every game would be cool, I guess. Like Cooking Mama. Well, does it have leveling in Cooking Mama? I don't know.
It shouldn't if it does. It's just certain games where, like, it doesn't need to be there and it just feels shoehorned in.
Yeah.
Just to be like, there you go. Now you got levels. That are arbitrary.
Octodad. That'd be a horrible game for leveling. Like, now you're level 2, so now you can pick up bigger objects. You increased your strength.
That said, though, I think RPG games will factor in, just RPG elements factor into games a lot easier than almost any other genre.
Yes.
Because saying like, oh, put in a first-person shooter in every game would be difficult, where realistically we do see like RPG elements in basically every game at this point. Leveling systems and
some sort of RPG element,
perks and stuff like that.
I mean, whenever I'm writing a story on like IGN or putting something up there, I have to actively like think about every one of those little categories for a game they give you. And I've sometimes marked things that are RPGs. They're like, well, this is so far from an RPG, but it has leveling and customization. So,
yep.
Right.
All right, moving on.
All right, the last question comes from one John Job Tunk. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Tunke, maybe Tunke, Tunk. I don't know.
Let's go with Tunk.
Tunk. Okay, we're going with Tunk. I'm sorry, sir, if that's wrong. So he says, "Sup, guys? Been listening for a while now and just wanted to send you guys an email. Love the podcast. Keep it up. Thank you. My question is, I just bought a PS4 a few days ago, and I want to know what game you consider to be a must-play for new PS4 owners. What's the one game that'll make me go, PS4 is so amazing? Anyway, hope you read this in the show. 3 favorite series were." I guess it was just so we can get a gauge on what he wants to play.
I asked him specifically. He sent us this, and I said, you know what? We will put it in the show, but let us know what your 3 favorite series are, just so we can better calibrate this to you.
That's Lou, thinking like a champ. So his 3 favorite series are Pokemon, Mega Man, Shin Megami Tensei. You're a good man.
So we're sad to tell you that there's nothing like those games on PS4 at the time, or at this time. Well, there's one similar, but the rest not so much.
So the answers we had for you are, I don't think these are any particular order. Infamous, Second Son, and First Light.
I think we could explain where we're coming for with some of this stuff.
Yeah, let's not just list them. Infamous First Light for its exclusivity to play at PS4 and for its graphics because it's beautiful.
It definitely has that new gen kind of shine that you would expect from something that you wouldn't be able to play on a PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I came home from the midnight release for that, put it in, and I was floored at how beautiful it was. So that was one of those where I just
is the
jaw dropped.
best looking hat you'll ever see. Delson's hat.
Also, just so you know, First Light is going to be free for PlayStation Plus owners on, what did you say, December or January?
I think it was January, but I don't remember.
I think it's in January. Yeah, because Injustice is in December. Yeah. So yeah, you can pick that up for free in January, so keep that in mind.
Well, the First Light, not the second.
The First Light, sorry, yeah. First Light is, and if you don't know, they're two separate things. I'm sure you know that. The second option was The Last of Us Remastered.
Simply because it was the best game on PS3, and it's in 1080p, can be 60 frames per second if you choose, has multiplayer, and it's just a damn fine game and beautiful.
Right. The main downside, though, is neither of those games really have anything to do with the franchises you like. If you're looking for something closer to the franchises that you really are interested in, going and getting, I think it's probably $15 now, grabbing Strider, also made by Capcom. That game is going to be very Mega Man / what's that samurai game? Is it just like
samurai game?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's going to be very Mega Man like, and that one I really enjoyed, especially from someone who's into the Metroidvania / Mega Man background. And you'd probably, even though you could get it on other systems, that's a good one to buy and a cheaper one to buy.
Are you talking about Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden, yeah, that one.
There you go.
That's not a samurai game.
Ninja, whatever. I don't.
They are separate things, sir. Anyway, continuing, there's also PT, which is free for right now.
Yes, and we just simply advise that because it's scary as fuck.
It's fun.
But that is very next gen, and very horrifying, and it's free. So if you want to get an intro to horror games on the PlayStation 4, that is a great place to start for free.
Yep.
We'll never think of a game so beautiful and so poop pants inducing as PT.
And you will not be thanking us for that. You will be cursing our name while you play it, but we're okay with that.
Okay, I just imagine a silly scene. Also, Final Fantasy 15? Yeah, 14, my bad. Wait, what? Okay.
I listed it wrong.
Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn.
And only put that in there because you like Pokemon and Shin Megami Tensei as a JRPG, but it's more MMO and stuff. So if you're into MMOs and if you're into JRPGs like that, then it might be worth checking out. If you're not, then don't even bother because it's very MMO, very JRPG.
You will not be collecting monsters in that one.
Right.
Another one is. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and just some small games that you might enjoy on the side. These are ones that we found that we really like on the PlayStation 4. Resogun was the one that's been championed as like possibly the best PlayStation 4 game. Beyond that, there's Velocity 2X, which I really enjoyed. The Swapper, which I think is a fantastic game that everyone should play. That one's more puzzle Metroidvania-ish, where the other two were twin stick shooter, space, fun, arcadey titles. Mm-hmm. And I had one more. Rogue Legacy, if we're speaking roguelike games. That one's fun.
Oh, cool.
Indeed.
All right, so if you want to try out any of those games, they're all very good games, so you really can't go wrong. It's just more of what your preference is. But yeah.
Would you recommend Shadow of Mordor?
Me? Yeah, absolutely.
If you like RPGs, yeah.
Yeah, it's if you like RPGs that are harder. It's like Assassin's Creed is what it is, but way harder. Way harder than any Assassin's Creed has ever been.
Unless JRPG-ish, then you might like, but.
Yeah, it's not JRPG-ish at all. It's got a really cool, Nemesis system, is what they call it, and it's pretty hard. The battles and difficulty. You could easily stumble into an area where you're severely underleveled and get your ass kicked. But it's fun. Hey. So that wraps up the listener questions. Yep. Let's move on to the game releases and then wrap it all up. This week on PlayStation 3, we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue, Digimon All-Star Rumble, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, Payday 2 Safecracker Edition, Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, Retro City Rampage DX, which is cross-buy with PS4 and Vita. So it's out on all of those. So I'm not going to say that one again. On PlayStation 4, we've got Assassin's Creed Unity, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, Nano Assault Neo X, Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, and Terraria?
One of those.
PS4 edition, whatever. One of them. I don't care. On Vita, we've got Get Off My Lawn, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham,
Beyond!
Ring Run Circus, Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, and Tales of Hearts R.
Did you say Retro City Rampage?
You said it the first time.
Oh, okay.
Alright, for Xbox 360, you're looking at Assassin's Creed Rogue, Digimon All-Star Rumble. I'm so sad they're not making more RPGs. Lego Batman 3.
They are
Wait,
making
they are?
RPGs. Yeah, they're just not localized.
Oh,
Yeah, they've had
man.
they've had 3 Digimon RPGs, I believe, in the last 4 years, and just none of them have been localized.
How does Rumble sell more than an RPG?
It doesn't. That's the point, is why everyone's so pissed. What the fuck? Why are you giving us this game?
Because it's probably way easier to localize.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you're also looking at Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham,
So
Payday
sad now.
2, Safecracker Edition, Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, Toy Box Turbos, and Tropico 5.
So
For Xbox
disappointed.
One, you'll be looking at Assassin's Creed Unity, Lego Batman 3, Halo the Master Chief Collection, Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, and Shape Up!
Do you remember you were the one that wrote the story on that when it was announced at E3?
I know.
Yeah.
I remember. I forgot about the game completely. For PC, you're looking at, y'all got a lot of things, as per usual. Assassin's Creed Unity, Lego Batman 3, Toy Box Turbos, Valkyria Chronicles, Get Off My Lawn, Deadlings, Rotten Edition. I didn't know there was a normal edition. Randall's Monday, Chariot, Deadstone, Space Hulk Ascension Edition. God. Amphora, World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor. I thought that was out already. Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, Shadows, Heretic Kingdoms, The War of Mine, or This War of Mine. Yeah, This War of Mine. The Sun and Moon, QP Shooting, Dangerous! And Onikira, Demon Killer, and Frozen Synapse Prime.
Okay, moving on to the Nintendo platforms. On Wii U, we have Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. You have Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, which we may or may not be getting a review copy of, so keep your fingers crossed. A World of Keflings, Tengami, Xavier, and for 3DS, we have Hello Kitty and, what is that, Sanrio Friends?
I think Sanrio.
Sanrio Friends 3D Racing. Oh, it's not even just a Hello Kitty game. It's also a 3D racer. That's perfect. Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, Safari Quest, Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze, Tetris Ultimate, which I may pick up. I love Tetris.
So do I.
Castle Conqueror Defender. I've got
That
to
is-
run. Go for it.
No, those are just that title is completely contradictory to itself.
Castle Conqueror Defender.
It is. I didn't think about that. That's funny.
And I've got to run. Complete edition. Picross E5. Ooh, I love Picross. Awesome. And Scary Girl Illustration Kit. That one's mine. That is what I'm picking up. Scary Girl Illustration Kit. Expect to
Review
receive
coming.
next one.
Review coming exclusive from Lou on Mong. Scary
It will
Girl
be
illustration
the
kit.
only review on the internet for it. So
Also, I'm curious, did not Capcom, Sega actually think they would get more sales if they changed Sonic to Sonic Boom?
I have no idea what their thinking is in that. It
That
just
sounds really stupid.
blows my mind.
it's a completely new kind of
It's a-
spin-off franchise where they're doing a TV show and the serials and all of that stuff.
Relaunching. It's relaunching
Pudding
Sonic.
Pops.
Yeah.
So it's gonna fail just as hard, just faster.
Probably.
No. Maybe no.
It's gonna fail just as hard. It's just gonna be breaking the sound barrier.
We are crossing our fingers for a
Yeah,
good Sonic game.
I'm really hoping it's good because I miss like the days of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Like, oh my god, I love
There
those
were some
games.
good ones on the Wii too. I think Colors was the one that was really good.
Yeah.
But it's an up and down, and hopefully we're on the up.
Yep. And back to Castle Conqueror Defender. Maybe you're defending against Castle Conquerors. So
That's what I thought, but it's still stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Why wouldn't you just call it Castle Defender then?
Yeah. Well, maybe there already is a Castle Defender. Let's look that up.
Or are you a Castle
sounds-
Conqueror?
I'm sure there is. There's
Yeah.
like an iOS name for everything with Castle
Yeah,
Conqueror and
there's,
Defender.
in fact, there's a Castle Conqueror or Castle Defender game on Addicting Games. That's how, mundane or how common that name is, probably.
Do you know what? There's probably even a Castle Conqueror Defender Conqueror.
Fuck it.
Just Defender, Conqueror, Castle.
I'm looking it up. Castle Conqueror Defender. So far it's just 3DS, Nintendo, 3DS. Yep. Well, maybe it's unique.
It's
In
just
other
someone
words,
thinks
we're
it's
not sending this to their developer.
Probably not. But it actually might be a fun game. I do like Defender games like that. So, depending on how good it is. Like what was it? Something Monsters, PlayStation game, the
Pixel
Vita
Jump.
Pixel Jump.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I really enjoyed that. The Defender game wanted that. I don't remember which one that is.
I thought
But
that was Pixel Jump Monsters.
Are you a fan
Was
of
it that?
Plants vs.
It may-
Zombies?
It may have been
think
that.
so.
I played Plants vs. Zombies when it was a browser-based game, and I haven't played it since it had went, full on Plants vs. Zombies, every console, everything, trying to make money everywhere. But I
I heard
did.
the Xbox One one's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard they're all really good. I just haven't played them since then.
Yeah, it's on PS4 now too, Miles.
No, I was not aware of that.
But anyways, so that wraps up episode 59 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. Thank you all once again for listening, for tuning in and hearing our sweet voices for an hour to an hour and a half, this time being an hour and a half. We record on Tuesdays and release on Tuesday nights. You can email us anytime at contact.mong@gmail.com. You can email us questions, comments. You can email us nude pictures of yourself or your girlfriends.
I've seen enough of those, Courtney.
You can email us anything, tips, anything. You can find us on Twitter at mong.com, all spelled out, mong.ncom. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/mongnetwork. You can find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram by just searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. And of course, the website is middleofnowheregaming.com, where you can find all the latest editorials, features, news, reviews, and all the good stuff. Be sure and check out the Black Friday stuff if you guys want any deals. I am reminding you again, there are some fucking awesome deals coming, and make sure you get in on those.
Don't trample anybody.
And don't kill anybody. We don't need that. We don't want that. They're gonna trample people and leave notes. This was Middle of Nowhere Gaming's fault. Like, they sent me here.
That'll be really specific.
Anyways, you can find us all on Twitter. You can find me at Osborne_2009. You can find Lou at...
I'm gonna actually stop this for a brief second. Last podcast I made a request that people send me new holiday themed names because it was Boo Cantaldi for a little bit. And following that whole ketchup scandal, I became Lou Ketchup Taldi for a little bit. But now, thanks to suggestions of viewers like you, I am Lou Con Turkey. But you can find me at Lou Cantaldi.
Okay. And you can find Miles at...
At Furious Milk.
Oh yeah. Mong?
Mong!
No.